Refuting Rabbinic Objections to Christianity and Messianic Prophecies by Eitan Bar. Narrated by Adriaan Hellenberg. Refuting Rabbinic Objections to Christianity and Messianic Prophecies by Eitan Bar. Preface. For those of us Jews who grew up in Israel, Jesus and His Word were never part of the conversation. Not in our school system, not in our synagogues, and not in our media. Nor do we have easy access to the New Testament. Jesus has been studiously avoided and hidden from our people. Today in Israel, 99.7% of the Jewish population are rejecting Jesus as the Messiah. How did our country, where the gospel began, come to be so adamantly against it? Within Judaism, over the past 2 millennia, any kind of spiritual message had to go through the gatekeepers, the Orthodox Jewish rabbis. The Rabbinic Judaism of the Orthodox comes directly from the sect of the Pharisees, whom Jesus rebuked. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you shut off the kingdom of heaven from people, for you do not enter in yourselves, nor do you allow those who are entering to go in. Matthew 23:13. Ever since the days of Messiah, the rabbis have set themselves in opposition to the gospel, blocking the message of Jesus from Israel. They deliberately prevent Jewish people from hearing about the free salvation offered to them in the death and resurrection of their own Jewish Messiah. They have gone to great lengths to conceal Jesus, and they have made him the best-kept secret in Judaism, keeping our people in spiritual darkness. But now the secret is out. After almost 2,000 years, Jesus, or as we call him in Hebrew, Yeshua, can no longer be hidden from the people. Today our ministry, One for Israel, reaches Jewish and Arab Israelis exactly where they are, online. We no longer need the rabbi's permission for anything. We can go straight into the smartphones, tablets, and computers of every Israeli, sharing the saving good news of Yeshua the Messiah. In the past, the message of the gospel came to Israel from outside our borders, delivered by people who didn't understand our language, our culture, our heritage, or our way of thinking. Today, the messengers look very different. Now it is Jewish and Arab Israelis who are bringing the gospel back to where it started, back to our own people Israel. We can explain the gospel to our people in a way that makes sense to them in our own native tongues of Hebrew and Arabic, as only Israelis can, and help our people understand who Yeshua really is. The Orthodox rabbis in Israel operate an anti-missionary organization called Yad Lashem specifically to fight against the spread of the gospel among the Jewish people. This very well-funded organization works closely with the Minister of Interior in the Israeli government, according to guidestar.org.il. Yad Lashem raised over 22 million ILS in 2016. They seek to prevent Jewish people from leaving the confines of Rabbinic Judaism by any means necessary, not always legally, and relentlessly persecute us, the Israeli Jewish believers in Jesus. With over 90% of the names, photos, and addresses of all the Messianic Jews in Israel on file, Yad Lashem began sending a magazine called Searching to the homes of believers in Israel back in 2014. The magazine contains objections and refutations from Orthodox rabbis about the messiahship of Jesus and the credibility of the New Testament, trying to ridicule and destroy belief in Jesus. This caused several Jewish believers, even some who had been missionaries, to deny their faith in Jesus and revert to Rabbinic Judaism. Over the past 5 years, I decided to go over all their magazines, books, and videos in order to answer their arguments and prove their objections false. Since 2015, we have released about 150 short videos where we share the gospel and directly refute these rabbinic objections to Jesus, New Testament, and Christianity. This book is a compilation of transcripts from those videos, all in one place for your consideration. While the content of this book is based on 5 years of academic research, I did my best to write it in a light, simplistic, easy-to-read way in order to keep this book as short as possible. A favor I would like to ask of you is to please share this book with others on social media, and also write a positive review on Amazon, which will advance and promote the book so that others, both seeking Jews and born-again believers, may be blessed. Refuting Rabbinic Objections to Christianity.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?